This is U.S. Constitution Amendment number 6. In this particular video, we are going to use a hypothetical example. Okay? In this hypothetical example, we are going to have a young man who is in junior high. Now, before we start in with this hypothetical example, let's go ahead and read the text, shall we? In all criminal prosecutions, the accused shall enjoy the right to a speedy and public trial. Okay, we have the young man. He is in junior high. He sees a basketball. This basketball belongs to a fellow classmate. Now, this young man decides to steal the basketball. When the teacher finds out about all this, he does not send that young man to an indefinite period of detention. Instead, he decides to have a conference with the young man. Now, that's the speedy part of this trial thing. Okay? Now, let's go on to the public part. Let's say the teacher decides to have a conference with this young man in front of all of his classmates. That's the public part. Okay, so this isn't a secret conference. This is something very public. Now, what about these fellow classmates? Okay, let's go back to the text. By an impartial jury of the state and district wherein the crime shall have been committed. Okay, what does that mean? That means that these classmates are classmates of this young man. They are not classmates of another class. They are not classmates of another school. They are this young man's classmates. They all know this guy, and they have interacted with this guy. They are probably neighbors with this guy, so on and so forth. That's that part. Okay? Which district shall have been previously ascertained by law. Okay? So we all know where this crime was committed. It was committed in that school. Not some other school, not some supermarket down the street. It was done in that school. Okay? And to be informed of the nature and cause of the accusation. In other words, the teacher doesn't give some random reason why he's having a conference with that young man. Instead, the teacher says, the reason why you are here is because I found out you stole a basketball from one of your classmates. That's why you're here. Okay? To be confronted with the witnesses against him. Let's say one of this young man's classmates eyewitnessed the young man stealing the basketball. So, the young man has the right to confront that witness. Okay? To have compulsory process for obtaining witnesses in his favor. Let's say this young man goes to a couple of his friends and says, hey, I would like for you to say that I didn't steal the basketball. So these friends of his say, sure, we'll say that you didn't steal it. And to have assistance of counsel for his defense. So, this young man decides that one of his friends shall represent him as they're having the conference. Now, this kind of thing really does go on in schools. And what they do is they have these mock trials. Okay? Either they'll have a mock trial or it will be kind of a trial, not really a legal trial, but one that would help kids to learn about how the United States law actually works. See what I mean? So they have this kind of stuff in schools all the time. I wish I could cite an example for you, but I don't have one readily available at this time. I'm sure there are examples, and if you could think of something like this, you can leave a comment down here below. Alright, I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.